We've talked a lot about emergency lighting in the past, and sometimes pretty much what it comes down to are that's your only options. But today I'm going to show you another option that I think is really, really handy and would really come in handy and be a whole lot safer than those options. Today we're looking at the Brightech USB powered string lights. Let's check them out. Now, I really don't want to bash your old Coleman lanterns or your oil lamps or even your battery-powered ones, but they require you to store stuff. This one needs white gas. This one needs oil that you have to store. And, of course, this one either needs a charging cable or batteries. I believe this is 3D batteries in it. So, all in all, you have to store extras when the power goes out, and you have to run these things. And if you have small children or animals, things like this one, and this one could be a fire hazard if they get knocked over. Whereas you have limited lighting with something like that. It'll light up an area really bright, but it won't light up a whole room evenly. And that's where these guys come in. Now, I know this looks like a big pile of mess here on the table, but we're going to explain what they do. Let me move these lights out of the way, and we'll get into these. Now, I've tested a bunch of emergency string lights, some small, some thin, some very brittle. These things are built like a tank and will survive pretty much anything. The bulbs on them are plastic, they're not glass. So you don't have to worry about that. They are waterproof. They are, you can keep them out in the rain. They're not going to cause any damage. Now, usually the first thing that someone will ask me when they see something like this is, well, that's great, but where are you going to get your power from? I don't have $1,000 for one of those big power stations, And I get that, but check this out. You've all seen these for 20 or 30 bucks online. This is a 25 milliamp hour solar charger with the panel on the front, right? Watch this. Let's put them in here and look at that. So there is your solution right there. These are a very nice bright white. Okay, you can get them in soft white as well. I like the bright light myself. But that will run these for an extremely long time. And as you can tell, the battery pack is full. You see the little lights there. So that will run these for a very long time. So all you need to do is take a standard power pack for charging phones and plug it in, and you've got light no matter what. What do they draw? 4 whole watts. Okay, I tested these both on 2 different power stations and a meter. They draw 4 watts. So that's an incredible bright bunch of light for you on such a low current draw. I mean, you can't beat that. They say the wattage is 1.5. Everything I plugged them into said about 4, anywhere from 3 to 4, to be honest with you, because sometimes it fluctuated. But definitely a cool way to light things up. There are 10 lights on here, so you have more than enough light to get yourself lit up in a whole area. They are on a string, so you can hang these up. They do have little hooks on them, if you see there. So you can hang them up with I've used Christmas tree ornament hooks. Those things work pretty well. I'm going to turn this off really quick because that's very bright in the camera, and I want to actually give you a quick look at them. So Brightech has this system they call the weather-tight technology system. It's withstood winds up to 50 miles an hour, rain, and snow. Like we said, these things are shatterproof plastic and heat-resistant up to 122 degrees. I'm pushing that out here sometimes, a couple days a year, but all in all, really not bad. It's 300K of white light, okay? That can light up a whole campground, it can light up a whole living room or even a small apartment. And it's awesome to be able to have that light. Light is security. When the power goes out, when there's a blackout or power outage, having that light means you can see what's going on around you. And you don't have to mess with messy kind of oils or gas or worry about starting a fire in your place. These things just hang up and work really, really well. So as we said, the setup's really simple. It's 24.5 feet long of cable, okay? And the lit portion is 17 feet. So they give you a good amount of room here to run this to a power station. Let's show you that. It's pretty darn impressive. All that run there is stuff you can run to a power station or a battery bank. You don't really need a ton of power to do that. They also can be powered by a plug. So if you got one of those little converter plugs and you want to use these on DC power, on AC power, you'll be fine as well. They work very, very well for whatever you're going to use them for. So the setup is easy. Like we said, they got these little hangers, but you can just droop this wire over pretty much anything. Out here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of back up the camera a little bit and show you what it looks like. Don't mind the mess. I have a bunch of stuff to review on the table here. I'm going to back up the camera and show you what this whole thing looks like lit up. We're going to go all the way back that way. I'm going to hang them up, and we probably won't be able to hang all of them up because I don't have a lot of room up top here. But we'll hang them up, take a look, and see what they look like with all the lights off. So if you've ever wondered what's above what you look at all the time, well, there you go. Anyway, as you can see, these lights are pretty darn bright. On the camera, I got to switch my viewfinder here. There we go. On the camera, they don't look as bright as they actually are, but I could easily work out here. You know, if I wanted to work over, say, in my other area over here where all my radios are, my solar-powered radio stuff, could do that easily. It really does light up the room quite well. And I just literally strung them, flopped them over the fluorescent that I turned off. That's actually an LED fluorescent. And hung them over the garage door there. They seem to work very, very well. Very bright. And the price on them is pretty darn good. So we're going to get into all that in a sec. But I wanted to show you what it looks like here. This room is totally dark except for these lights. So as you can see, they light up the room pretty darn well. They light up your work area. Again, you know, with older eyes, you don't like darkness as much. And especially me with glasses, you know, I'm not a big fan of trying to work in the pitch black. And these actually light it up where I feel I could work here and do any kind of work I needed to. And if you noticed, I don't know if you can tell, but they are powered by that little battery. The wire comes down there, and they are powered by that same little battery. So a little battery like that will give you lighting completely safe. You don't have to worry about any kind of problems. There's no fire. There's no oils to stock. There's no stuff that could spill. I love the other stuff, don't get me wrong, and they have their place in emergency preparedness. But for a simple kind of start or a kickstart to your emergency lighting, something like that, you can't beat. I mean, that is nice and bright. So anyway, let's put all the lights back on, get them back on the table, and I'll finish up the video and give you final information on them. All right, so we still have them going, and I did test the destructibility of them because when I was pulling them down from up top, one went straight into my chair. I was like, really? Didn't break it, didn't damage it. Another neat feature about these that I didn't mention before is you can unscrew them. So if you get different bulbs and you want different bulbs, or if you want to put a shade on these maybe, you can unscrew this piece here. And I can tell you right now, that's kind of a rubberized feeling to it. That's not hot at all. That is not warm. So these are not a risk of burning or melting or anything like that. Very, very cool little light system. I am going to turn off the power now and show you the rest of what comes with them. Let me unplug that. So you'll get a coupon code for your next order if you're interested. Okay. You will get a warranty information and the basic instructions right here. Very, very simple. It tells you they're 1.5 watts each. Now I got a total of 4 and 3.5 when I plugged the whole string in. So they're probably a little bit more efficient than that. You got 10 bulbs. Each bulb is 5 volts at 1.5 watts, okay? The shade is replaceable like we showed you, unscrews off there. If the bolt shade is loose, you just screw it back on. Real simple. They do have a little connector here, a little piece of Velcro, so you can, once you ball them all up, because they can be messy just storing them like that. And to protect your cover, which I like when companies do this, it's a nice little added touch. They have this little piece here that will slide over the end, and it takes a little bit of work to get it on there, so I probably won't get it on camera, but you get the idea. It'll slide over like that and protect the USB end so you don't get dirt or anything like that. Being that you're going to be using these outside probably, you won't get any kind of dirt. So with a simple something like this, that can be solar recharged. I don't know if you've seen me. I must have reviewed this like 5 years ago, and it's still working. It has connectors here, and it has additional solar panels. Still, not going to be the fastest charge in the world, but something like this you can keep in your window and charge it during the day, and at night, those turn on for you, and you got yourself some power. So definitely a cool little thing. Very easy emergency lighting. They run $20.99. You can't beat that. I mean, if you buy a Coleman lantern or something, or even a plug-in lantern, or even a battery-operated lantern, I should say, you're going to spend more than that to begin with. And these, as you saw, will light up a whole area. And I had them kind of scrunched together because I only had that little bit of area to put them up. You can spread these out and they can light up a whole room if you really want them to. So for $20 or $21, you really can't beat it. They will be in my Amazon store. I will have a link down below to these directly on the website. They are in my Amazon store as well. Don't forget to check out the Amazon store if you're interested in what's in there. Even if there's nothing in there you want, if you bookmark the link and always shop using my link, it really helps us bring you cool stuff. So we do appreciate when you do that. Below that is our freeze-dried wholesaler link. That link saves you 15% on your whole order. Everything is back in stock, okay? He's got all his food ready to go, so definitely get in there and check out the food that he's got. His freeze-dried food is awesome, and it's individual ingredients. These are not prepackaged things. These are not like a bunch of carbs and stuff. It's real meat, real steak, real hamburgers, real chicken, fish, tuna, everything you could imagine. Even freeze-dried avocados on that site. And that link will save you 15% just for using it. All right, under that's my Patriot Supply link. We got amazing deals on there this month. It's Prepare with preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. Don't forget to click on those deals and read about them, and you'll also take you into the My Patriot Supply store, and you'll see all the other supplies and emergency gear that they have for you. And below that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. We're definitely going to be showing you some Thrive Life stuff when it comes in this month. I want to get that out to you and let you know what's going on with Thrive. And I thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay well lit up, and stay prepared.